we were talking about the tools that can be used to review organizational strategy and business. So we were talking about internal company service. So, okay, I want to ask you guys that why do you think internal company service are important? So, any idea why do we have service in an organization? Like we also have service in schools and colleges as well. So, why do we need service in offices or businesses?
Like if there is any problem internal, then they can resolve it. Like if you can have a survey, then you will come to know what is the problem going inside the company, so you can solve it very fast.
Yeah, good, very good. Yeah. So basically, surveys are held so that the company knows that what are their problems, what are their weaknesses, and then how they can overcome those problems and how they can solve those issues. So the first, and here are some types of surveys. So the first one is security awareness surveys. So over here, we do these surveys as companies so that we know that if our website or our social media pages are they secure or not, are the information that the customers are giving us, are they secure or not? For example, like banks, they need to have high security. Why? Because they have person information, right? They have access of the person's money, their phone numbers, addresses, everything. So we have to have internal company service so it can help with security awareness and concerns. Then we have culture surveys. So you need to reach out to your employees through an anonymous culture survey program, and you can use this feedback to strengthen your company culture. Like you can talk to them, you can ask questions about how is the company culture, is your manager supportive, is he cooperative, how are your other peers, and so on. So you can um, improve your culture of the organization. Then we have fraud and ethics surveys. So these are also important because they show that how basically there are some employees that join the organization, and sometimes they kind of do fraud in the way that they are maybe absent, or they are not doing their work, or they are taking credit for another employee's work. So you need to gain a real insight into your company, and you need to disclose these issues and get valuable feedback. So we need to see that how the company can overcome these issues. Then we have employee 360 surveys. So most of all the companies, they manage their staff and they hold quarterly reviews from time to time in a year. And this can be a very lengthy process for the HR. So managers, they have to have a survey for the employees that is called the employee 360. And over here, the employee will mark and score themselves, and that how are they working, are they satisfied or not. Their peers will also, their co-workers will also mark them or score them. Their line workers will also, line managers will also score them. And this is like a survey for performance management, like how are they performing in the organization. Then we have employee satisfaction surveys. So
And
as we know,
I have a
yes.
question. For cultural survey, it will be employee giving a survey of manager, and for employee 360 survey, it is manager giving the survey of employees. Is it like that?
The culture survey can be for both. The employees will also give it and the managers will also give it, because it is about the overall culture
Okay.
survey. But the employee 360
Okay.
survey, it is about the employee. So all the people that are directly related to the employee meaning that they are working with the employee. So they are going to rate that employee, that is he working up to the mark or not. So basically, it's
Okay.
360. It's called 360 because you're getting service from everybody linked with the employee.
Okay.
Yeah, and even in some cases, what happens is that the company even asks the family members as well to, mark the score the employee, that how is he at home, or what is his temperament, and so on. So it can be of the 360 survey can be also in this depth as well in some organizations. Then we
Okay.
have employee satisfaction surveys. So now we know that employee satisfaction nowadays, it is very crucial, because if your employee is satisfied, then your customer will also be satisfied. If your staff isn't happy, then obviously your customer won't be happy with as well, because they have to deal with your customers, right? So satisfaction surveys are used occasionally for assessing the overall satisfaction level of your employees within the company. Like, are they happy, or do they like the time that they are coming on to the organization? Are the timings flexible? Do they like to work after office hours, or and so on? Will they be willing to work overtime? So there will be questions that they will ask, that is the employee satisfied or not. Then we have employer
Ma'am, what is the
improvement.
difference between,
Mhm.
sorry,
Yes,
what
yeah.
is the difference between 360 survey and satisfaction survey? It's one and the same, right?
No, it's different.
You can cover everything in 360 survey.
Yeah, yes. You can cover the satisfaction part in 360, right? But the
Yes.
employee satisfaction can be also a small part of the survey, and you can only do the satisfaction part if you don't want to go and waste a lot of time in 360 survey. Then only you can have the satisfaction survey.
Okay.
Okay, then we have a employer improvement survey. So over here, obviously, you can understand by the name that the employee will fill out the survey, and they will see that are there any weaknesses in the employee, and how they can improve. Like, for example, they can give them workshops and training sessions, and this way they will get a better feedback from the organization. Then we have exit service. So, what happens is that exit services are when, for example, an employee is leaving the organization. So I'm an employee and I want to leave the organization. So they are going to give me a survey, and they also have exit interviews as well. So you ask the employee that why are you leaving the organization? What are the things that we can improve in the organization, and so on. So this way the company will get a feedback, and the company can work on those things. So this is what exit surveys are used for. And then we have opinion surveys. So, for example, if you are launching a new product or a new service, so you will use these surveys to ask your staff for opinion. So you're going to give it to your employees, and your employees will say that, okay, will I buy this product for myself or not? So that way you can get an idea that, if because employees are also a type of customers, they also buy goods and services. So you can get a better idea if you should launch the product or not. So these are all the types of surveys.
Time that employee improvement survey.
Employer improvement, okay. So employer improvement survey can be of two types. Okay, one can be the employer improvement, and the other can be the employee improvement. What do we understand by the name? That you are trying to improve something, right? So if it is an employer improvement survey, it offers your staff the chance to provide you with a constructive criticism. Like you can tell your employees, for example, an employer will tell the employee that you are lacking, for example, in this skill. Like, for example, I could say that you don't have good presentation skills. So I'm telling that to my employee, right? So now my employee will know that I have to increase or I have to improve my skill in this area. Or, for example, if we talk about the employer improvement survey, it will be the opposite. That the employer, for example, I ask you guys that, are you guys understanding my lectures? For example, I'm the employer, right? So I'm asking you, are you guys able to understand me? Is my speed, appropriate for you guys, and so on. So I am trying to get feedback from you guys so I can improve myself. So the employer can also do this, that they can ask their employees that, am I being a good manager? Am I cooperative? Am I supportive? How can I improve myself? What feedback would you guys give to me? So this is how these surveys work. Another tool is statistics, that how companies use statistics. So over here we can see it says, in an alarming 49% of organizations, leaders spend only 1 day a month reviewing their strategic implementation. So now it is telling us that your the leader, he should be looking at the strategic implementation at least once or twice a day, but they do this only once a month, which is very alarming. And that is one of the reasons that businesses fail to reach their strategies and their strategic aims. And then we have only 10% of organizations surveyed achieve at least 2/3 of their strategy objectives, with 36% achieving between 50 to 67 and 54 achieving less than 50%. So these are just a few facts, and this is showing that how statistics can be measured in an organization. Key lesson: it's harder to implement than to formulate. So what is happening, that we make the strategic implementation plans, we make our aims, we make our goals, and we do everything, we plan everything, but it is harder to implement those things. So it is just showing us that we also use statistics to review our organizational plans and our strategies in an organization. Then we have the BCG growth metrics. So over here, it says that the full form is the Boston Consulting Group, BCG. Growth Share Matrix is a planning tool that uses graphical representations of a company's products and services in an effort to help the company decide what it should keep, sell, or invest more in. So this is also another tool that we use. So over here you can see that the BCG matrix breaks down products into 4 main categories, and the first one is known as stars, question marks, cash cow, or pets, and some also call it dogs as well. So pets, or you can call it dogs. So if we look at the dog or pets, it says that if a company's product has a low market share, you can see that this is a grid, right? So over here it says market growth, and over here it says market share. So if we look at pets, we can see that the market share is high and the market growth is low. So you can see that when the market share is high and the market growth is low, it should be sold. You should it is a liability on you. So what you should do is that you should try to sell this product off, because it doesn't generate any cash for you, because since it is it is having low market growth. Like it's not growing anymore. It's not taking you anywhere. There is little or no growth. So you need to, try to sell this product off. The products that come in the pets category.
Ma'am, what do you mean by market share?
Market share means that the organization that is selling, for example, Coca-Cola, if we take the example, we can say the market share is of 42%, meaning that it is having a lot of customers that are buying its products in the market. So if we say that market share is like, for example, a organization that is able to sell its product more in the market, a organization that has more customers in the market. The more customers you have, the more revenue you have, the more market share you will have in the market. So, for example, Coca-Cola has 42% of market share. It means that they are selling the most products in the market. If some company has only 2% market share, it means that they are selling less products in the market. So, this is how market share can be measured.
When the
Yes.
market share is high, then how is the growth low?
Okay, so over here it is just showing you categories. It is saying that there are some products
Yes.
which have high market share, and there are some products which have low market share. So first we are discussing about a product that has a high market share, but the growth is low. So, then we're going to also discuss about the other product as well, the which has high market share and high growth. So these are just the types of products.
Can you give us an example of this situation when the market share is high and the growth is low?
Hmm. So basically, if we look in terms of Coca-Cola, their product, the
Yes.
Diet Coke is comes under this product, pets or dogs, because they have a market share, but it's in the market, but not many people are buying that
Because
product.
what I'm thinking, like if
Hmm.
So here we are talking about the organization itself, not just the product of the organization, like of the company, of the brand. Maybe, for example, like you're saying in Coca-Cola, they have various brands in Zero, or the Diet Coke is is an example of high market share but low market growth.
Hmm.
Okay, so when we're talking about pets, we're talking about organization which has, or the company that sells multiple products, and some of it products are there, or we're talking about the products themselves.
We're talking about the products of the company, like different products. They will have like Coke. The Coca-Cola company has different products under it, right? So we are talking
Yes.
about a specific brand or a specific product that
Okay.
they might have.
Okay. Okay. So when we say market share, we're talking about the market share of the brand or of the company, not the product itself.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like for example, let's talk about. I was trying that to explain this and then give you examples. So maybe we can first talk about the examples. Okay. So if we talk about the star over here, we can take the example of iPhone, for example. So these products, the market growth is also high and the market share is also high. That a lot of people are buying these products, right? So this is the star product of the Apple company. Then if we come towards cash cow means that the products have a low growth rate and low market share. So in this example, it could be the MacBook. Like they are produced in large quantities, and they are selling for a big price, an expensive price. Then if we come towards question marks, this could be the Apple TV, for example, because this is a new product and it has low profitability at the moment because it is not up to date with other competitors. So it has a growth potential, but right now it isn't growing that much. And then for dogs or pets, we could say the iPad, because it has become a niche product for example, only for businesses or for graphic designers. So people used to buy it, but now the growth is low. So this is how we can take it in case of Apple. That iPhone, then in cash cows we can have MacBook, question mark we can have Apple TV, and for pets we can have the iPad. Let's come towards cash cows. So these are the products that are in the low growth areas, but for which the company has a relatively large market share, are considered to be cash cows. So we can understand by the name that the company should milk that cash cow as long as it can. Like they are selling and they will be selling. So the company, what should they do is they should try to produce this product more and more, because you are able to uh, you know um, when they have a potential to go to the star phase in the future. So you have to and they say that you have to milk this product and make more of it, so more people are willing to buy that product. Then we have stars. So products in this are high growth markets, and they make a a larger proportion of the market, and they should be invested more. For example, they were talking about iPhone. So you see that they are investing in the iPhone more and more, and that is one of the products that is most sold in Apple. Then we have question marks. So these are, you can say, the questionable opportunities that the company has. And question marks, they typically grow fast, but they consume large amount of company resources. Like we talked about Apple TV, like we can say that when it was first introduced, many people were willing to buy it, but as time, there are a few examples of the PCT matrix. Maybe you guys can understand more well by the example. So you can see, and the same thing: stars, question mark, cash cows, and dogs. So let's see an example. Plus analysis, it says, okay. So this is the example of Apple. Like stars, we have iPhone. Questions, we have the Apple TV. Cash cows, we have the MacBook, and dogs. So what does it say? It says, here's the strategic analysis of Apple products. Stars, iPhone. From Apple's beginning, the iPhone has been the flagship product. Its demand is very high and its growth is uncertain as there are more and more competitors. So it is talking about that how the market growth is also at peak, but the market share, it is uncertain because now there are so many competitors like Samsung, Huawei, Xiaomi, and so many more are coming into the market. But the growth is more how that they are making more and more products which are of improved versions. Then it says cash cows. So over here we can see the cash cow. The market share is more, and then we have our market share is more and the market growth is less. So it says cash cows. This laptop is one of the market leader today. It is produced in large quantities and its quality is recognized, hence its high selling price. So this is the product that we have to, it says that we have to milk this product as it is in high demand. Then we have question marks. Apple TV, this is a new product that has a low profitability for the moment because it is not up to date with its competitors like Amazon, Fire Stick, Alexa, etc. Nevertheless, it has a strong growth potential. So they are saying that this product is not in a growth phase right now, like it is, but it can be more improved, and then it can become a better product. Maybe it can become part of star, or it can become part of cash cows, but we have to work on the question marks for now. And then we have dogs or pets, and it has given the example of iPad. It has become a niche product for graphic designers and businesses, but it is not the novelty it was few years ago, so growth is low. So, like many people were buying iPads when it first came, but now it is only limited to businesses and graphic designers. So, this is how it has explained the example of Apple. Now we can also move to Samsung. So, it says stars, smartphones. Galaxy smartphones are Samsung's star product. Relative market share and growth are high. This is where Samsung should invest to further increase their profits, meaning that they are getting the highest profit over here in stars in mobile phones. So it should have its direction towards smartphones. Then we have cash cows. So it says it is giving example of appliances, what appliances are being used. So Samsung is known for its high quality appliances and has a high relative market share. The market for these is not growing much as demand is constant, so the skimming business strategy should be applied. Samsung should skim as much profit as possible from this area without making heavy investments. So, for example, they are selling washing machines, they are selling air conditioners, they are selling refrigerators. So what is happening that these are well known, and they are saying that Samsung should focus on these products and they should sell as much as they can so that they can increase their profit. Then we have question marks. So over here they have given us the example of smartwatches, and they say that Samsung smartwatches are currently a question mark. Market share is low, but the market is growing very strongly. So maybe in the future they can become stars or cash cow. Samsung must decide to go on offensive or leave the market. An offensive here could be to sell the product at a lower price or initiate marketing measures to increase sales. So what they can do is, they can stop making the watches, or they can sell it to another company, so that they can focus on that, because Samsung, they can't really focus on it right now. Then we have dogs, and it has given the example of printers. For printers, the relative market share and market growth are low. Conventional printers are not expected to become more important in the future. This is why Samsung has already successfully implemented the divestment to corporate strategy implementation here and sold the printer division to HP. So they said that now not many people are using printers. Now everything has become digital. So obviously not we and even customers, they have become more environment friendly. They don't want to print and waste papers. So what is happening that they have sold it to HP, because obviously they deal with printers more than Samsung. So and it even says that they have implemented the divestment. Divestment means that they have sold that part to the other company. Okay.
Okay,
Then
so
we
when
also.
when we have the assignment about this, can we use one of the examples from here and then just
Actually,
mention,
hmm.
just give the reference of this site or whatever?
Actually, they say that you have to use an example of small or medium-sized company. So here you
Okay.
can see that these are
These
large
are all my,
companies,
yes,
right?
large companies. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just giving you guys an example from
Okay.
these companies so you guys can understand, because obviously if I give you, for example, a local example, then you wouldn't
Yeah.
understand that, because obviously
Okay. So
you
if
wouldn't.
I
Mhm.
use a local example, of course I'll be searching on the net, right? So I can
Hmm.
take the same example that is available on the net and put it in my assignment.
Hmm.
Won't it cause plagiarism or something?
Then you will give the reference and citation.
Okay.
For example,
Oh,
even if you add an image, because many organizations, local or even on national level,
yeah.
they have made their SWOT analysis, their BCG metrics, so you can easily find those online, and then you
Okay.
can give the citation that this is the website that I had used.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, so this is example of Google. Then we have Coca-Cola, which I was telling you guys. So you can see that Dasani, this is their water product that they are selling. So that is in the stars. It is most selling. I think it's not in our country, but basically maybe in America or some other developed country. The water is more sold over there. Then we have cash cows, that is Coca-Cola, the simple Coca-Cola, because many people are buying it and the market share is also more in market growth. Then we have question marks, that is Fanta. um, Not many people are willing to buy that. There are specific kinds of people that do buy these products, but mostly people, they go for Coca-Cola. And then we have dogs, the Diet Cola they have talked about, that they have made that product and it's like the least profitable product. And then we have BCG matrix for Nestle as well. I'll add this in your slides in the notes section, and then you guys can take help from there and go through the a little bit clear now. If not, then we can also watch a YouTube video related to that. So inshallah, it will be better. If you guys want to watch it on your own, you guys can do that. And if not, then inshallah, we can watch it in the next class. Okay, so moving on, we have talked about the BCG matrix. Now we will talk about market position. So, if you talk about the market position, it means that market position refers to the process of consumers' perception of a brand or product in relation to the competing brands or products. So, it says that market positioning refers to the process of establishing an image or identity of a brand or a product so that consumers perceive it in a certain way. Like, for example, talk about Pampers. So, is Pampers a product or is it a name of a business? It's not
Business.
actually a
Yes.
product. The product is
Yes.
diapers,
Diapers.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the business name is Pampers.
Right.
If we talk about Surf, we say that the washing powder, right? So Surf, what is it? Is it a brand or is it a product?
Brand name.
Yeah, exactly. But if you want to use it, we just say that let's
Detergent.
buy Surf. Yeah, it's basically a detergent, washing detergent. So this is how the brands market their products in the market in a way that makes the consumer perceive that it is a certain product. Like, for example, I give you the example of Pampers. Like, it's not actually a brand. It is a brand, it's not actually a product. So you see that how they have positioned themselves in the market. So obviously, we're not going to go in the depths of that how do they position themselves. Obviously, that is done through advertising, bombarding customers with so many ads and so many, on the banners, billboards, and so on, that the customer starts thinking that this is the product. So this is what market position. It is also a tool that we were talking about that helps in strategic planning. Then we have market share analysis. This is also a tool that is used to talk about the percent of total sales in an industry. So Mariam was asking that what is market share. So we talked about that how many sales a company was making in the market. It says the market leader is an industry in the company with the largest market share. Okay. So, for example, if we say that Coca-Cola has a market share of 42%, it means that Coca-Cola is the market leader of the that industry of the beverage industry. And if, for example, we say that Pepsi has a market share of maybe 32%, so we can say that Pepsi is a market follower because he is after the market leader. So this is also a tool that you can use, that you can see that how and what is the market share of an organization, and then you can see that how you have to basically basically review your organizational strategy. You're going to see that where do you stand in terms of your market share, or where does the other company, the big company, stand in terms of the market share, and then you're going to make your strategy, you're going to formulate your strategy, and then you're going to go towards the implementation. Then we have life cycle analysis, and this is also known as life cycle assessment. So it says is used to assess environmental impacts associated with all the stages of product's life. The kind of assessment is used by companies and product designers to better understand their products and impacts, discover where the product can be improved, work towards implementing those improvements. So basically, what happens is that there are 4 stages of LCA, meaning life cycle analysis. So the first one is goal and scope. So over here, this talks about what to include in the study, why is it being carried out, what you should focus on. So these are a few quality requirements that a company might need, so they can talk about like how the product will be made and how it will have an effect on the environment. Like a lot of companies, they are now being very being very socially responsible about the environment. So this is how you can use this tool, and you can see that is our product safe for the environment, or is it polluting the environment. So you're going to see the negative effects and the positive effects. Then you're going to see the inventory, that how is your inventory, are they having any emissions, are there any negative effects, like is it polluting the environment, is it having greenhouse gases, and so on. So you're going to study about that, and you're going to see that what products you are basically producing. Then we have impact assessment. So what you're going to do, you're going to see that what the impact is coming on the environment. You're going to calculate that what are the flow of emissions, what energy resources are being used, are you using renewable energy or non-renewable, is there a global warming, are you affecting the ozone layer, and so on. So you're going to see that whatever product you're using, is it impacting, and how is it impacting the environment. And then lastly, improved assessment. So you're going to see that, okay, how can we improve that? If we are having a lot of emissions, how can we reduce that? For example, the Lego company, they are producing plastic products, right? You play with bricks and all. So those are made of plastic. So now what they have done is that they have reduced the content of plastic in their products. So they said that we are trying to minimize the negative impact on the environment and on the world. So this is how many companies they try to improve their life cycle analysis. So this is how. So these were all the tools. What were the tools? Let's go through them. We went through the value chain analysis. We went through SWOT analysis, Porter's 5 forces model. Then we went through today through internal surveys, statistics, BCG growth metrics, market position, market share, and life cycle analysis. So when you guys are solving your assignment, you guys don't have to mention all of these. You can select any 2, any 3, and then you can talk about that how that company is using these tools. Then we have reviewed the position of an organization in its current market using appropriate tools. So here are more tools that we'll be using. So first we have the resource analysis. So basically, a resource analysis is basically a process of identifying and evaluating all the resources that are available to achieve an objective or deliver a project, for example. So you can understand by the resource that the resources that we will be needing to make that product or deliver a project. So basically over here we can see that this is an example of how you use resources, or you're going to see that how valuable they are, how rare, how imitatable they are, or organized to exploit, like how whatever you're producing, is it like a new product, is it an old product, are you copying someone's product, or maybe it is a very low product. So this is a table that companies use. Obviously you guys aren't going to use this is just for an example that how companies basically use these. So then we
Ma'am,
have
I have a
yeah.
question. Okay, so
Yeah.
when I attempted my assignment for international business environment, okay, the first task it had evaluate the business techniques used to analyze the international business environment. So over there, I used 2 of the tools that are Pestle and 5 forces model. All right. So in when we have the assignment for this one, this lesson, the task for this lesson, can I use the same? Can I mention the same, or I have to choose some of the others? Because then like it's a bit confusing confusing as to I'm using the same thing over there and the same thing over here. So do I skip those strategies and instead of that use SWOT or the life cycle analysis or the others that we discussed today? Is it fine, or do I have to mention those as well when we come to this topic? Do I have to mention the Pestle and the Porter's 5 what is it called?
Yeah, Porter's 5 forces model.
Forces model. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, these are a few tools that were mentioned in your outline, right? And you
Yes.
have SWOT and a 5 quarters model over
Right.
here. You don't
Right.
have Pestle, right? But
Yeah.
yes, businesses do use Pestle as well. So
Yeah.
you can include that.
Okay. But
Okay.
when I'm doing this one, do I skip the Porter's 5 forces because it will be, or I've already used it in the other subject, international business environment.
What you can do is you'll have to add it, because obviously it will be obviously when the examiner is checking your exam, he or she won't open that assignment, right?
Okay,
So
okay.
you'll have to write that, but you can
All right.
give the reference of your assignment. That from
Okay.
I wrote this over here, and now I'm referencing it from my own assignment.
Okay, okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, so you're welcome. Because you'll have to mention it, because obviously that's another subject, this is another subject, right? So different people check it, different assessors check it, and then it goes to different external examiners. So you'll have to, according to that, they won't open every assignment. So you need to include all the information in this assignment.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So then we have competitive analysis. So over here we see that how the organization, in which industry it is, and how are their competitors performing in the industry. Then we have skills. What skills does a specific organization have? Then we have competitive advantage. For example, a competitive advantage means that there is some particular product or some particular edge that you have over other companies. For example, Apple. So Apple has a competitive edge that it has a unique phone, like it has unique iOS operating systems. Others, all the companies, Huawei, Samsung, all of them, they use Android. But Apple has a competitive advantage that it has a very unique and stylish looking operating system. You're going to use this tool as well to see that how you can position your organization. And then we have pricing strategies. So I have added examples at the end. Yeah. So this is the pricing strategy you can see over here. This is for Starbucks. So this says that this is a decoy strategy. The price gap between the medium and large one makes the competitors go for the larger one, which makes the small and medium options appear overpriced, therefore making the larger one looks like the best deal available. So this is one of the strategies that organizations use. Even I don't know if you guys have seen, but I've seen online that they use McDonald cups, and this there's a small cup, medium size, and large cup. So what they do is they pour the Coke from small to medium, and it fills to the top, and then medium to the large, and it fills to the top. So basically, they have designed their cups in a way that it seems it seems large, but actually the amount of the liquid comes the same as small cup. So this is how organizations they use these strategies. Organizations also have different pricing strategies like price skimming. So price skimming means that they have very high prices, like Apple. So they charge very high for their products. Then we have price wars strategy. So over there, what happens that two organizations, they have proper wars between them, that one tries to lower their price, the other tries to lower it more, then the first one tries to lower the price, and this is how they have a war, and the one that is able to sustain wins the market, and the other one actually has to leave the market. So there are many pricing strategies that are part of the organization. So you can also when you're using when you're researching your organization, you can also see that what pricing strategy are they using, are they, and are how and what are they focusing on. Are they focusing on the rich people? Are they focusing on the overall people, or are they focusing on low class people, and so on. So you will talk about those as well in your assignment, that what company that you have chosen, what pricing strategy are they using, what competitive advantage do they have, what are the skills that they are using, what is their competitive analysis, who are their competitors in the market, and how are they performing, and resource analysis, that what are the resources your company is using, and how are they able to evaluate those resources. Then this is an example of SWOT analysis. for Etsy, Etsy is also a brand online that sells different products from home decor to furniture and so on. And this is a SWOT analysis that I've included, that they have their strengths is consumer reputation, worldwide distribution, reliable supplier. So this is how you can also add a diagram when you are explaining in your assignment about your company. So you can also have a diagram like this, or you can also write it in paragraphs, and then you're going to explain that as well. For example, now these are points only, right? So you can explain, for example, threats, inflation. So you're going to explain that how in your country, if it's inflation, now we know that all around the world inflation is increasing nowadays, so how inflation can affect that company. And the raw materials will become more pricey, then they'll have to, the production will also become more pricier, so they'll have to produce products on a high price, and then their cost will increase, hence they will also have to increase their price of the product. And then you're going to evaluate that if they do, will the customers be willing to buy that product on a higher price or not. So obviously, if it's a product which is a need, for example, it could be something to eat like eggs or bread or water or milk. So obviously, you will write that yes, people will be buying because these are necessities. But if it's a luxury brand or a luxury product, then you're going to say that yes, some people might withdraw, and they won't go for and buy from that company. So this is how you can make your SWOT analysis. Okay, so we talked about skills over here. So these are top skills that the companies they require that their employees should have. These skills like communication, organization, teamwork, critical, and so on. So these are a few skills that companies are demanding nowadays in their employees. So as a company as well, if your employees have these skills, then your company will also flourish more. Obviously, if there is good communication, if the work is organized, if there's teamwork, everyone is punctual, you have critical thinking, there is innovation, there is creativity in the organization. So obviously, if your employees have these skills, then your organization will also improve and flourish in the in the industry. Then over here, like we studied over here, competitive advantage. So here are examples of competitive advantage. So you can see that eBay has online auctions. So I don't know about any other company. Maybe now many companies have introduced this option as well of online auctions. So eBay was one of them who had started this. Then we have Best Buy, Home Electronics, McPhee, Wires Protection. So these, you see that these companies have these competitive advantage. Like they have a strong strong edge on these. Starbucks, it says premium coffees and coffee drinks. So whenever we talk about coffee, so what comes to our mind? Starbucks. The Weather Channel, then develop expertise, research strengths and capabilities not easily imitated by rivals. So Walt Disney, for example, they have a competitive advantage that they have a whole theme park in the Disneyland, Disney World, we have in America, then we have in Japan, and so on. So there isn't any other company that has this big of venture. And then we have Dell Computer built to order manufacturing capabilities. So Dell had started that they used to provide customized computers and laptops to the customers. So they have a competitive advantage. And because of these competitive advantages, these businesses stand out in the basically in the world, you would say, because all of these businesses are famous all around the world. Then we have the pricing strategy. This was one of the examples that I showed you guys. So this is how businesses use pricing strategies. Okay. Then we have Analyze the competitive strengths and weaknesses of an organization's current business strategy and business plans. Okay, so I've added a few examples here. I've talked about target over here, the brand target. Wait a second. Talked about SWOT analysis. So over here, I have added SWOT analysis for target. If you guys want to read it, you can have the link. It is in the slides. And over here, you can see target strengths. So what are the strengths? That they have a wide range of merchandise. Like they have so many things, like from pharmacy, grocery, designer clothes, accessory, electronics, sporting goods, home decor, and so much more. So this is one of their strengths, that they have everything. If their electronics department doesn't work, they have other things that they can sell. Then they have brand positioning, that how do they position their brand. When we hear the name Target, we think of high quality goods with discounted prices, because they have positioned themselves this way. Then we have customer shopping experience. So they say that Target offers a better experience to customers as compared to Walmart. So they say that they have more improved floor plan, better shopping carts, clean store environment, and so on. So this is also a strength that they have over Walmart, and Walmart is such a big business. Then we have designer apparels. They have this, and they have partnership with Starbucks as well. So this is also a strength. Then charity work, they have efficient system of distribution. They have a market presence and market share that we were talking about. Then they have effective inventory management. They have an app as well. They have adoption of e-commerce, meaning they are online as well. They have a website, strong financial growth, robust omni-channel model. So their supply chain, their inventory, all of those stuff is also of online, and they have a good model for that. Then we have the weaknesses, that it is a little bit on the expensive side. Then we have customer data security, that it says that they the data was stolen from them. So like we talked about the security survey, right? So this is an example of that why we need to have those security surveys, because we need to protect our data. Then we have little presence in the international market. So they say that even though it is a big brand, but it is not that much internationally recognizable. And then we have store centric approach, like they are more like they're following the traditional styles, even though they should focus on becoming more online. Then we have opportunities. So Target's partnership with CVS. So they say that CVS is a pharmacy business. So what they can do, that they can have a partnership with them. So this is a opportunity for them. I'll have the link added. You guys can go through this as well. Then we have small format stores. So it says that they have been opening small format stores that are located in dense urban and college campuses. Like they are opening their stores everywhere, like small stores like we have on petrol stations. So they are also opening their stores in over there. So this is like an opportunity that more and more sales can be made. Then we have Red Card rewards loyalty program. So different organizations, they give you memberships and so on. So they're also giving a loyalty program to you guys, to its customers. Then we have same day delivery. So this is a very good option, as more customers will be willing to buy from them. Then expand private label brands, meaning that they can have more private labels, meaning that they can have different brands. They can put different brands in their shops. Then we have increased market presence. Same thing, that the market share will be more. So market presence will be more as well, meaning that they will be more in the market as they are having more shops, they are giving us same day delivery. So obviously more and more willing people will be willing to buy their products and buy from their stores, buy from online. And then we have store remodeling. So they are saying that they should remodel their stores and they should have a new look. Like for example, if you go again and again to the same market, the looks get old and customers get dissatisfied. So they need to remodel their stores as well. Then we have targets threats. So there is local competition, meaning that there are more people in the market like Walmart, Costco, Kroger, Home Depot, and so on. So these are also the people that are selling the same things and doing the same things as Target. So if Target goes wrong somewhere, then they can shift to these competitors and Target can lose its customers. Then we have changing customer preferences. So that it says that people are moving towards towards Amazon. So why are they doing this? This Target has to figure out that why they are doing this, and they have to attract their customers back. Then we have failure to differentiate. So it says the failure to differentiate may serve as a threat to Target cooperation. Their brand loyalty may be affected due to shift of numerous shoppers towards emotionless and price sensitive online shopping. So meaning that there can be other companies as well that are selling the same products and in the same price, so the customers can shift over there. Then we have vulnerable to economic downfall, so that they're dependent on the macroeconomic factors, meaning that if COVID comes, or if there is a lot of inflation, then they can easily they will be unable to sustain themselves in the market. Then we have low barrier to entry. So what will happen that that it says the retail business, although capital intensive, is easily replicable. Any new company can undercut Target's price and take a big share of the market. So meaning any company can enter in the market and they can put Target down and they can become the market, they can get more market share. Like it is very easy to enter this industry, it says that low barrier to entry. And then we have market uncertainties, like how COVID has affected all the industries. We can talk about that. And rising costs, like we have seen that all around the world, the inflation is rising, so that it can also affect Target as well. So these are all the SWOT analysis factors that we